Hello, welcome to this Money Mondays. If I am a little low energy, it's because I am. Yesterday, I helped my boyfriend move, and it was quite a lot of stuff. So I did that, lots of building of furniture, and then I also just had a lunch, a big lunch. So that post-lunch slump is hitting me. So excuse me if I'm a little low energy, but just getting straight into this video, today we'll be going over my money from the month, how much I spent, how much I saved, all of that. So basically a monthly money review and then budget for August. And that's basically what we're going to do today. There's a few changes in the budget and you will see in a sec. But let's get into the monthly money review part. We are for July, and in July we went to Vegas. We spent a lot of money. And if you want to see more in depth about everything I spent, I'll put a TikTok down below if you can share TikToks on links. But if you can't, it's just on my TikTok, jenica, I don't know, or jenica IDK. Otherwise, I did go to Vegas, so there's quite a bit of miscellaneous spending, as you'll see. And yeah, okay, let's get into it. My income was budgeted for $4,650.55, and then we actually got a lot more money. I don't know if that's a lot more money, but we got paid more than I thought, which is good, and it'll come into play in just a moment. And then we spent more money than we budgeted, but first of all, there's some incorrect logic in this formula because my budget only includes expenses budget and bills and subscription budget, but my spent includes these spent expenses and bills and subscriptions, but also sinking fund. So if I spend anything outside of my sinking fund, if I spend anything inside of my sinking fund, I will always be spending more than I budget. So I don't know how to account for that because I don't want to count my sinking fund as budget either. So I don't know how to deal with that, but shall see. And then sinking funds and savings, or how much I put away towards that, we did more than we thought, which is good. So now for my paychecks, we saw these in the past couple Money Mondays, so I'm not gonna go too much over it, but I did get paid more than I thought for almost everything. My full deductions haven't been coming out yet, and I think starting August I should get the full deduction out at that point. The next paycheck should finally be the one that is kind of like correct. All right, so in terms of our expenses for this month, we spent $162.97 instead of our budgeted $250. I did go on vacation and I wasn't home for most of the month, actually, not on purpose, but I wasn't home for most of the month because my sister had COVID and I didn't want to get COVID, so I left to stay at my boyfriend's house for like over 2 weeks. So that's why my grocery budget is a little low. Transportation, because I did stay in San Francisco instead of home here, I didn't have to use as much public transport money or gas, so that's why we're also pretty low and was under budget. Miscellaneous, here we go. So we did spend more money than I budgeted for this month. Again, a lot of it was from Vegas. To be fair, and this extra $244.39 was cash flowed from that extra income that I got. So even though on paper I went over budget, in terms of the money in my account, I did not go over budget. So that's really good there. And then for extra loan, I talked about it in a whole other video about kind of my goals and how I want to focus purely on my debt and paying all of my almost 14K in debt off within the end of 2024. And then after that, I'll start focusing all that money that was going towards loans will go towards an emergency fund. But I think now I don't like the idea of that. To me, I don't like seeing one goal not make any progress, even though another goal is happening really, really fast. I decided I'm gonna work on these two goals simultaneously, and I think the amount of time it would take if I focused on one and focused on the other once I finished the first goal would be pretty much the same as if I just went simultaneously. They would both move a little slower, but at least over time I see the progress continuously. I think I prefer this way just so that I could see all my goals making progress, because it was stressing me out knowing that multiple goals were getting no progress made where one was. This will be much better mentally in terms of getting to see progress on multiple goals. That's that. So I haven't done it yet, but I am going to add an extra $1,327.06, and then the extra $1,000 will go towards an emergency fund. And then let's actually do that now. This is my monitor screen, by the way. Okay, I'm gonna go onto the website. I'm logging in now. Okay, we are in. Make a payment, other amount. How much are we doing? $1,327.06. 1327 and 6 cents. Do not want to advance my due date more than 1 month, and confirm and submit payment. And then I will share a screenshot of the appropriate things that I can show you. We did it. We've paid our extra loan payment, which is great. And then that extra $1,000, as I mentioned, is going towards emergency fund. We are back. And then now we're on to our bills and subscriptions. Nothing fun here, should I say. It is exactly what it is. I paid the exact amount. So in terms of sinking funds, we talked about these already. I haven't spent much else from my sinking fund other than here for gifts. And for gifts, I want to change the name of this category to maybe gifts/giving, because I want this to also include things just when I want to take people out, or if, let's say, if me and my sister go out on a little sister date, I can pay for food and I want to take it from a sinking fund. So I want it to be gifts/giving. So I'll change that in a moment or sometime after this video. But that is that. I spent $27.58. I think it was just a bunch of food and such. And then gifts, I don't remember how much it was last time we spoke, but I did spend, I think from last time, and this is just an estimate, about maybe another $45 to $75 from last time. So yeah, overall for July, I think we did pretty well. We stayed in budget except for that miscellaneous, but again, cash flowed. That went pretty well. So now we're gonna go into August. So for paycheck, again, doing the math, I think it's $2,100, but we're getting paid in August sometime soon, and in the next paychecks and in the next budgets, this should be the exact amount. But as of right now, we're still budgeting. ECT is, if you don't know, it's a company I help with their social media, YouTube, Shorts, TikTok. I'm not gonna budget anything. I do get paid monthly, but sometimes it's really low and sometimes it's a lot. So I'm just gonna leave it at none for now. And other than interest rates from my bank accounts, I don't think I have any other income that I'm getting. As of right now, just to budget for the money that I know I'm getting, I'm gonna leave these two empty. Let's start with the most important things in terms of things I need to budget for. So we definitely need the bills. Oops, I don't know why I did that. So there you go. We definitely need groceries. We had a little bit of rollover, so instead of $250, I'll just put $200. Extra loan, we do want to make that a priority, so we'll do $1,100. And then these were pre-filled, and I got a little excited for the budget and already budgeted my sinking funds. So $200 for my boyfriend's gift, $200 for just gifts and giving in general, social, emergency fund. I have a annual fee for 2 credit cards, so I am getting ahead on that and making a sinking fund for that. Health, and yes, I think for these, I will keep these empty for now, especially Vegas tickets. I'm going to get rid of this at some point. Vegas is no longer, we finished that, so I will clean this up sometime. Then, as I mentioned, there are some changes into my budget. If you guys watched my August reset with me, one of my goals was to make my budget more granular, just because I feel like with miscellaneous, just one big miscellaneous spending category, I thought it'd be more freeing, just so that I could spend whatever I want. As long as I stayed within this budget, it doesn't matter. But what I found was that I didn't manage it well. For example, I spent a lot on just Amazon and random things that I didn't have enough budget to spend on food as much as I wanted. So now I am making it granular, which sucks a little bit. And why I'm saying it sucks is just that I find it kind of restricting also if it's too granular, so I'm trying to find a good balance in between. So right now, this is what we're trying out. If it doesn't work out, we'll change it again next month. But if it works out great, we will keep it. So let's see. For dining out, I definitely want dining out to be for when I eat out myself, but also my coffee that I get when I'm at work sometimes. So my monthly coffee is about $6 twice a week. That's about $12. So about $50. So let's just say $100 for dining out. Personal, I would say, is like anything clothes, toiletries, makeup, things like that will be personal. So let's do $50. Transportation, I do have rollover. And then again, I have an FSA taking out of my account already as well. It's basically a commuter benefit where they take out money pre-tax from your paycheck, and that is going into effect in August finally. So I don't want to add anything else because the rollover is good enough to probably cover gas for the month, and my public transportation should also be fully covered. So I think I don't need anything in transportation. So I guess what I'm able to spend this month is $367.34, which is gonna be a little rough because I did plan on buying a $200 standing desk. So I'm either gonna have to move things around or I'm gonna have to live very frugally for the next month after I spend that $200. Shall see how it goes, but this is what we'll start with for August. All right, and this is this week's Money Mondays. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you found it helpful in some way, shape, or form. And see you guys in the next video.